it was just too short and too brief for me. This is important. So what do you mean it speaks to the commentary? Everybody was aligned. That's what I keep saying. What do y'all think the commentary is about to be when niggas see a video like that? Those are the people that are confusing me. I'm not understanding that.
We want those fresh reactions. That's all I'm saying. I want that. I want the initial fuck this nigga. What the fuck? I can't believe he did that. That's what we want to hear. That's what we come to
You
you
want
for.
But why would you get off on that?
Are you
because
okay?
niggas.
Y'all would have a
I'm gonna
great
answer the question because
argument right now. We were not watching him live react to Kendrick Lamar drop on Tuesdays and Fridays just 2 weeks ago, and we was
you could.
loving every
So
moment.
you
Don't
compare
do that.
Grandpa Rick. You're comparing a rap battle to a domestic violence video.
Viral is
Like, and you're treating
viral. Viral is
and you're
viral.
treating this is a this and what I want to remind you, these are real life people. That's a real life woman that got her fucking ass beat years ago, and you treating it like it's content because you want to hear what your favorite
That's
podcaster have
another
to say.
smoke
That's
screen.
fucked
Okay,
That's
up.
another.
okay, guys. Okay. Let's simmer
I don't
down
want
a
to hear
little
y'all
bit.
argue. I
But you
mean,
were
for
right.
real.
But I think Gojo, I think you might be too close to
Oh
the
wait,
mic
did
or
I
something.
do
Your
that?
voice is just coming off
I
the
didn't
top.
mean to if I did.
No, you
No, my
didn't do that.
bad. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to yell. Plus, I got to hop down. I'm at the farmer's market and it got really bad reception in here. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm not saying that parasocial relationships are the reason behind this, Grandpa Rick. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you can't act like it doesn't play a factor into it because this is your favorite podcaster, right? This is the voice of the culture, as you say it. But he is also a human being. He gave you his reason why he deleted it. It was because he felt like he didn't give it the proper space that it deserved. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. But his reasoning is still sound in his opinion and in mine and in a lot of people's here. Now, on Monday or whenever the
I need
pod
you to
drops and
stop
he gives you
screaming. I
what
can't
he
even hear you.
wants, I'm not yelling. Like if he gives you what he wants on Monday or Wednesday or whenever the fuck, then why are we having this conversation? Because what this is really boils down to is your favorite content creator didn't give you the fucking content that you wanted on Saturday, and you mad about it.
Yes,
That's
I
been my
never
time.
denied
I
that. What
love
the
y'all.
fuck? I never denied that. That's why I was
So
upset.
and what I'm and
Okay,
all I'm
I'm
saying is
moving.
you were trying to you making somebody's domestic dispute about content that you want to see. Be fucking for real about yourself. Have a great day.
Yeah, and now we
All
got a
right,
clear
Chris.
picture why I do not talk to the Gojo. Back to what I was saying.
When I
Back to
grow
what
up,
I
I
was
want a
saying.
mic just like Gojo's, man. That show's powerful.
Yo, his mic is powerful. Sound like Martin Luther King on that
That
motherfucker.
shit sound like it's in the throat.
Um, God damn, the feet.
No, it's a Caribbean saying. My mom be saying you talk like you got a microphone in your throat.
Oh shit, that's funny. Grandpa Rick, if you want to just close out in like 30 seconds. Christina, you've been going ready to go next, and then Tony.
Is somebody
Well,
talking?
Oh shit,
Oh
Grandpa
God.
Rick is about to speak. Can you hear her?
All right, I don't hear nobody. It's
can you
not.
hear me?
Oh, that nigga can't hear you.
I don't think he can hear any of us.
That's because he in the streets.
See if he can see you, Lena. Hear you.
Oh, Joe, can you
Nigga, this is hilarious.
hear me?
This is funny as fuck.
He said he can't hear nobody. Joe?
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can you
All
hear
right.
us responding to
Yes.
you?
Now I do.
Okay.
Now I do.
Christina, you've had your hand up a few times. Did you want to say something, babes?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes, Christina. You
So,
sound like a rubber ducky, but it's cute.
Feet.
so I kind of agree with what Joe said about everything because I feel
All
like
right.
7 minutes.
cannot hear Christina if she's
Hello?
talking.
Yeah, I can't hear Christina
Okay,
You
either.
can't hear
I'm gonna
me?
Christina.
bring her down and
Yeah,
bring her
go
back
down
up.
and come back up because Joe's gonna want to
Okay.
hear this.
I'm gonna follow you so I can find you.
Micah.
Micah.
I'll just say it when I
Hey,
need to
That
say
nigga
it.
Micah
let
think
them
he
be
slick.
real. Let them be
Nah, I feel
real.
you,
Let them be
Micah. I feel you,
real.
Micah.
Who's
Just
worse, me or
saying.
Micah?
Wait, I can't hear
Elevate.
Micah either. Can somebody send me down?
Oh my gosh.
No,
No, you're the
nigga.
host.
No, nigga.
No. I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
Micah,
down
I'm
and come
sending
back
you
up.
down there. You got to
Okay,
come
so
back up.
let's get this back on track.
Just for
Oh
fun, do you have
shit! I
anything that you would
removed
like
him
to
from the
offer?
space by mistake.
Oh shit, he's not gonna be able to come back
Niggas,
in. When you remove from the
Hey
I
yo,
space,
didn't know
this
you.
he
Wait,
can't
let me
come
see.
back
this is
in.
funny
Let me
as,
see if I can get him
bruh.
back.
This is funny
Hold
as
on, let
fuck.
me
I'm
see.
sorry.
hey,
Let me see
Lena,
if I can
just
get him
invite
back.
him.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get him back. 1 second.
Yeah, invite him through
Can
the
you
DM.
go ahead, Christina? Can you hear? See if you can hear her now, Joe.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I agree with Joe's reasoning for wanting to take down the segment about Diddy and then waiting for like a bigger portion instead of just giving the 7 minutes. I feel like this is a topic of discussion that deserves more than just 7 minutes of commentary. So I don't know why people are like arguing against why he decided to take that part off with just the 7 minutes. And that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, great.
Well, thank you for that,
Thank
Christina.
you. Alrighty,
Just
anybody
for
else have
fun,
anything
did
to
you
say?
have something to say? You're new to the stage, or are you up here just for fun?
Why you
Shout to the
always trying to
pun.
bag? Always trying to bag somebody.
What is out? What? How did that even? No, I'm not.
Nah, be seeing the track
I'm actually
record. Can't
behaving
even
myself.
cap.
Yo,
Who's worse, me or Micah?
Nah, Micah try to
Joe
be
said
slick.
y'all niggas need to be on a $50 tier. Y'all niggas need to get your money up and not your funny up.
I'll go
No,
on
Joe
fifty
did
dollars
not.
if I could
Drip.
get a phone call.
Joe is not paywalling any domestic violence, anything. Please, thank you.
Yo, Joe won't, but look, if you want to give me 10%, y'all I
On
mean,
guard. Pay the entry fee.
I just be liking when all this discourse be happening. The pod mother just comes online real quick and be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Facts.
Did somebody try to get Micah back in here?
I'm working on it
Or nah, is it
now.
over? Did I
In the
kick
I'm
him to the
meantime,
foot?
pretty. I'm
Imani,
pretty sure once you do remove from space, they cannot get back into it.
nah, yes they can. I did it
Nah, they can
before
get
on
back.
accident.
yeah,
Yeah, that's been removed a
they
couple
can get back.
times.
I invited him, so he should be back shortly.
Well, let me go check my DMs.
He might be a.
Imani,
Oh, there you go.
what is going on? Oh, there he is. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
Imani, you quiet. What you got to say about all this?
Nothing. I can. My man deleted this shit or edited it out for the right reasons, and niggas will address it the right way. I think people. I think honestly, um, people just have to stop having their expectations on how he decides to run his business and run his media platform. If he chooses to do something, just fucking allow it to happen and allow him the space to create how he wants to create. All this other shit, people just have a weird expectation or entitlement to somebody else's words. Like, let the nigga address the shit the way he want to fucking address it. Other than that, or just don't listen. But you got,
Well, you know they ain't
you
gonna
have,
not listen.
you have a lot of other people attached to Diddy who have platforms and all these other things that y'all don't put the same amount of pressure on to speak. I'm kind of confused. Like,
If
it's just confusing to me that a lot of
I
people
think,
hold entitlement to Joe addressing shit in a certain manner, and y'all don't hold that same entitlement to other people who really benefit more off of Diddy. There's no
but I
benefit,
think
but
thing too, we don't want to hear from those people. Like we listen to Joe's the only podcast I watch. So when I want to like technically hear from someone, it isn't as far as like what's going on. It isn't really much people outside of him because he's the only one that I really watch consistently. But I do think what some of this stems from too is you guys make yourself so accessible, even like with spaces, and we're sitting here on this space talking to two people that we watch very consistently. Joe, you've been on the show more recent, Imani, but Joe, people been watching for years. So to come on a space where you can talk to the man you've been watching for years, it's not every day someone could even get access to like their favorite person or their favorite artist or whoever favorite
Feach,
fucking
can I
musicians.
Feach,
Wake it up.
So, but
can
hold
I
on,
ask you a
but let me
question though?
finish. Let me shoot you short can, but let me finish. So I think, and not saying that it makes it right, but I just think that opens the door a lot more for this instant responses and wanting more because we are so close. Um, you know, and though we might think we're so close, we're still so far because it's not like
Peach,
we could pick up the phone and call Joe. But
Peach. I'm
yeah,
gonna say two things. One thing is, yeah, you've been watching him for years. So even in these moments like this, there should be some leeway to know that okay, we've seen him be pretty consistent in addressing most of the things that needs to be addressed. Let's give this time and space so at least allow him to do it the way that he feels he needs to do it. That's one. And two, really, niggas don't know each other. I don't care how long niggas been watching Joe or been, yeah, no one knows each other. No one is entitled to telling someone because I watched you for years or I've been tuning into your show for years. This is what I expect of you. You can't have expectations on people you don't know in real life. And even if you know them in real life, you still shouldn't have those expectations. It's just let niggas do what they doing. Like it ain't been but a day, and niggas is already ready to kick a nigga under the bus for not addressing shit the way that they wanted to be addressed.
No, they was kicking my ass at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I was
yeah,
in
and
the
it's only
strip
because
club
of the
watching.
description. It's only the description. It's only because we know. Well, let me start we because again, I'm just playing and speaking from the different points that are being put out there. It's not
But let me
necessarily
ask you
my
that
point.
though. If we would have cut that out the description and you don't read that, then what do you
Hmm.
think the reaction is?
The reaction would have been similar, and they would have said, "Oh, y'all didn't speak on it."
Exactly.
Hmm.
So I'm not even mad at
Somebody,
Savon with the timestamp
It's
shit. Well, I
damn
am
if
a
you
little
do,
bit,
damn if you
but that
blame
wouldn't have changed
Savon.
shit.
Crazy.
somebody co-host me, but Manny, when you did you make your decision or your thought on it from seeing it live and like from afar, or did you kind of like go back and hear it, or how did you?
My decision as far as when I tweeted what I tweeted.
Well,
No,
your
I
tweet
told
was
them the story about us in the spot last night.
Oh, I said what I said at the pod. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we took a lot of time talking about a bunch of historical shit as far as hip hop, but in the totality of life and us progressing as people don't mean shit. And we took days and days and weeks of addressing that. So it looked kind of off to me that niggas only talked about this shit for 5 to 10 or whatever minutes it was. And I said that, and we had another conversation about it again, and Joe came to his decision. But this is a serious matter. I have two sisters and a mom. I have a mom who's been through domestic shit. I have a little sister who's been through shit. And for me, it's serious. I don't take none of this shit lightly. I think he's a piece of shit. I'm saying it now because I have the evidence to say that. I'm never going to go ahead and put something on somebody's jacket without having some evidence and proof. I don't believe in that. But the proof is there. There's nothing else to say about it. I have no problem with speaking freely about the nigga, but I think it needs to be spoken in a proper way and being dissected properly and not just because niggas want content. There's the people that's going to watch this and either going to be triggered by it or they're going to go and expect us to have a real emotional intelligence about it and not just a simple, oh, that's fucked up. No, it's not just fucked up. It's deeper rooted shit that we need to address and why go ahead and rush through that? That makes no sense. And why should we rush through that just because the fans expect some shit to come out on a Saturday? No, let us take the time to do it. Let Joe take the time to do it the proper way so that when it's delivered, it can be delivered in the proper way. All this other shit talking about, what we talked about, breaking news with rap, it's fucking rap. Like, ain't nobody, that ain't serious to the degree of domestic violence. Like, what are we talking about? So this expectation that niggas got, like I think sometimes really, and I know we come up here and we talk, but I think people need to remember y'all don't know us and we don't know y'all. Stop having expectations on niggas. Let niggas just do what they do. Either watch it, don't watch it, and that's it. But there's this weird connection, and maybe sometimes it's to a gift and a curse. But there's a weird connection that you build with the fan base. Not me. I'm just saying with Joe. There's a weird connection that at some point y'all really take it a little too far sometimes. And maybe Joe does too.
Scary.
Maybe Joe does too. Maybe the connection sometimes needs to be broke because y'all really feel a little closer to somebody that y'all don't really know. Y'all don't know this nigga. And y'all have expectations on this nigga to do certain things that y'all don't put on nobody else. Y'all don't even put that on people y'all know in real life. Why are y'all putting on this nigga? It's just weird to me.
Ooh.
That's it.
Well, again, I want to say that I don't think there's anything wrong with people expecting to hear something from a show that they watch consistently. I want to point out again that I specifically started this room for the people that seem to seek out these opportunities just to kick my back in. Like, I think that's a separate crop of people. I'm not really looking for the fanfare from those people. Um, and that's why I started the space, because it was just getting a little out of hand with people that call themselves fans of me taking the words of everybody that hates me to put their own perception on me. And I'm not really with none of
All right.
that.
Well, Joe.
Yeah.
Let me make that very clear too. I'm 100% not speaking to those who come in with real dialogue and real honest shit. I really am speaking to those people who really don't give a fuck about how niggas is looked at anyway. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just diminishing the real connections and real conversations niggas have. But I do think for the majority of people who come in here, they're not really in here to build no real genuine shit. They just coming in here to just be a part of something, just to feel like they're a part of something.
No, I
I
understand. Listen, and again, again, you see me in there with the phone in my ear. I'm so thankful that you was there for us to have that second conversation and for me to listen to it with some ears outside of work. Like, I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Because as much as they
Real
killing me
friends.
right now, they would have killed if we spoke about that for 5 minutes.
100%.
Yeah, so I don't care what they say. That's a fact. I've been around the block long enough to know that part.
Yo, Joe, appreciate y'all adding me up.
Tony, have you
Um,
spoken?
I don't know if can I.
Go ahead,
Okay, yeah,
Roland. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Appreciate y'all adding me up. Patterson in the building. Um,
Roland Martin?
let,
What's Roland? Roland?
yeah, Patterson in the building. I just want to say that I felt like through these months with the Diddy stuff, like as a fan of y'all for a long time, like I respect that you've had your business relationship with Diddy, and I respect that y'all haven't had really like dedicated episodes to this situation, and but y'all haven't like shied away from talking about it at the same time and even making the jokes and the no diddies and stuff. So like I don't like now that evidence has finally come out, and like you guys have spoken in this space already, I haven't seen the most recent episode yet. Just got finished doing my morning cleaning. I should have had you guys playing in the background, but I, I feel like if the internet's really trying to like go with this, Joe is protecting Diddy or being friendly, then they don't watch the pod or listen to the pod. They don't hear the show, and I don't know. Um, I mean, maybe this is glazing or whatever. I don't feel like there's any like deserved backfire on you for how this has been handled. I feel like it's been done as respectful as possible to where your business relationships may have stood with said individual, um, versus like you guys still make jokes about it. Now we have the situation finally like unfolded more. We'll see what you guys have to say. Like I said, I'm not fully caught up. I got like an episode and a half behind. But yeah, just appreciate y'all adding me up.
Hey, hey,
Hello, Cuddy.
how you doing? Joe, you know I love you to death,
Good
but
morning, Cuddy.
but you ain't gonna be picking and choosing when we are caught and when we not. Like it is what it is. Like you know that we're gonna look to you to say whatever. It is not. It doesn't have to be a for or against or whatever. But if every single damn near day of the week something happens, we're like, what he got to say about that? Shit, I'll go to your page to see if you watching the Nick game. It don't matter what it is. So when these times come, whether the expectation is high or not, you just know that it's just a thing. Like, so people are gonna have a problem when they feel like you're shying away from it. And for me, I mean, I was up at 3 in the morning, so when the pod dropped, I was like, yes. But then
I was so
but
mad.
that, yeah, I had heartburn from some White Castle I had last night, and I was like, perfect.
God.
So, and I see on the timestamp, but then I fell asleep before I even got to that part. So when I woke up and it was gone, I don't know if it was gone from then or the timestamp was, or you guys took it out after. But I was like, ain't this a bitch? But it was not that I wanted, it was not, I didn't have an expectation of what you were going to say. I just wanted to know what you were going to say. And my
But did you
reasoning for
feel
that,
like did you feel like if it wasn't on that episode that you wouldn't get it?
well, I felt like, I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday, when it happened during the middle of the day, I was like, oh, they recording right now. Don't act like y'all ain't see it. Like, I was ready for me to hear something this morning. But for me, when everybody's like, oh, why y'all looking at him? We in this cult. The people who's in this cult ain't look anytime, and cult take that very loosely. But it's such
Nah,
a
you said that shit way too many times to take it loose.
but it is because it's just like such a cult like fan base where if you watch the show, like everything about damn near every single person on the pod, and you just so invested. So when people are
That
saying things like, "Oh," it's like I ain't in that cult, so why the hell would I be? Like that's the whole point. And I just, and I'm not mad at it. But what I will be honest and say, well, if y'all did only give it 5 minutes or 10 minutes during the time, y'all knew that wasn't enough then. Like you knew. So of course I'm pissed off, but I love you. I'm waiting. And not for anything in particular. Cause I was joking to myself and I said, yo, tell Joe get up and go smoke a cigarette and let everybody else talk about it. Like if that's the case. Like sometimes I be seeing that. I'm like, okay, he went missing for a second. All right, they talking. But, that's all I got to say. I'll be waiting.
What's what's our initiation verse, or what would be our initiation moment into the cult? What would we need to?
We definitely need one at this point.
no, this is definitely a cult.
No,
It
yeah,
got to be the
like
clubbing
don't act like
verse.
it's not.
The
Don't act
clubbing
like it's
verse is
not.
Nah,
nasty.
it got to
You
be
gotta
The
clubbing
smack.
amount
verse.
of
It
the
got to
amount
be
of
the
times
clubbing
I
verse.
have to randomly
You gotta
defend Joe
face a
on the
whole
streets
pack of
is
Because it
amazing.
Newports or
does.
something.
Exactly. You
I
have to
was watching the
defend Joe. You have
pod
to
on my
defend the
phone,
pod. It's a
minding
cult.
my business. This girl gonna come up to, oh, I can't stand him, and I'm looking at her like, what the fuck you want me
Exactly.
to do?
I think it's either a verse, the views rant, maybe the empty chair
Nah,
firing.
niggas got to
Is
pull
one
out
of
their wife
those is
beaters. You got to
initiation.
wear the dirtiest white beater you can find and pull up.
And you got run after a car.
Oh shit,
Party,
a
what
physical test
what
to
were you
add
gonna
to it.
say,
I like it.
Party?
Man, you already know what I'm about
Maybe
to say, please. Good morning. Salutations.
salutations.
What's up,
I,
Party?
I, I, I hope there's those in their feelings. I hope you've cleaned your house. I hope you've drank some water, hydrate your body. I hope you had a
Oh God.
healthy breakfast. I hope you even have plans to or are already at the gym or to knock it out and got it out the way. This is what we're doing here. Y'all trying to call the behavior of those that are emotionally tied to what Joe said about a woman getting hands put on her. Y'all trying to call it everything else but weird. It's weirdo behavior. Imani said it perfectly. Y'all do not have these expectations in real life. Did you go to your boss yesterday and ask that nigga, say how you feel about the Diddy situation? No, because you don't give a fuck. Y'all had placed all this expectation, and Homegirl was right when she said it's a cult, because that's what it is. It's cult-like behavior to where you need another adult to say something about something you're not gonna do shit about anyway. We all know that nigga Diddy's a scumbag. We all know he's a bozo and he's a motherfucking weirdo. But y'all ain't gonna do shit about it except tweet and sit back and watch somebody else talk about it. The first few minutes of the spaces, and I knew what motherfuckers wanted. Y'all wanted to do a play-by-play on how a woman got hands put on her by a weirdo nigga. That's weird. So y'all take the energy and the emotion you get from watching that video, and then you place emotion to an energy into it the rest of the weekend and keep rehashing it. Keep rehashing it. Visuals have energy on them. That shit is in your body. That shit is on your aura now. And you want to keep rehashing it and traumatizing yourself over and over. And hey, I understand it because see, America's a sick place. It's a culture of violence, hate, bigotry, the bag, sex, drugs, and now hip hop. This is what it is. So this is an indictment on society and the way motherfuckers think. Because see, y'all trying to kiki and laugh this weirdness off to what is Joe gonna say? Oh, he didn't do this. So there's some weirdo ass niggas is even like, well, he spoke on my favorite rapper Drake, and so he needs to do this. Like that's gonna vindicate that bozo ass nigga from Canada. It's not. Motherfuckers is still gonna think he's a clown. He's gonna think he's whatever else. You can't change that. Y'all should stop
Preach.
watching the pod, man, because you're watching it for the wrong motherfucking reasons. It's for entertainment. And every once in a while, when it's a rap battle or maybe something else that Joe has some inside info on, he's gonna give us a
Yeah.
play-by-play breakdown. But anything outside of that, man, it's celebrity worship. You need a celebrity to speak about another celebrity for what? Because you're not gonna do shit. You're not about to slide on Diddy. You're not about to call up Cassie and see if you can help her. You ain't about to do none of that shit except tweet about it and keep rehashing it, want to have conversation about it, about some motherfuckers you don't know. It's weird, man. Y'all got to cut it out, man. But if you don't cut it out, hey, guess what? I might be that weirdo ass nigga getting off in the comments, just telling you something slick to fuck with you. Because you niggas is weird and you trying to call it anything else but weird. You have all these word salads, these labels, and these weirdo ass cloaks to try to call it anything but weirdness. It's weird. Imani, we're not using,
Word
and
salad is
Imani, shout
crazy.
out to you. We're not using that no more. Me and you were here. We're not even going to say what it is. Leave a message. I said, yeah,
Nah,
we're not,
respect.
let's not even go
Yeah,
there,
Nah,
Imani.
no,
We're
no,
not,
no, no.
yeah, we're
clear
not
You my
doing it
nigga.
no
distinction.
more, my
You
nigga.
my nigga. You my nigga.
Right,
No
right, right. We
confusion,
on the
bro.
same page. Man, but the weirdness, man, and this the crazy thing about it, when it came to the Puff situation last time, Joe said he don't give a fuck about you niggas that's gonna be mad and be talking crazy and want to stop watching. I'm here to double down on that and say, please stop watching. You're fucking
Wait a
it up
minute.
for
Wait a
everybody else
minute.
that
I
just
don't think he meant that. Wait a
That
no.
nigga
minute.
said that nigga
Wait a
said
Man, I
fuck
want
minute.
with
Those
hey,
it.
I
$5
don't speak
add
for
up.
Joe. Don't nobody listen to me, but stop watching. Stop watching. Cause you're fucking it up for the motherfuckers who just enjoy the pod and want to be entertained, man. It's Saturday. You motherfuckers is up early in the morning, man, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, crying about words coming out of another nigga's mouth. And it's more of an indictment of the men, man. What the fuck is, you guys ain't men. All males ain't men, man. You're weirdos, man. And niggas is doing it behind these hidden fake picture accounts. You niggas is weirdos.
I don't know. I feel like if there wasn't an obsession, they wouldn't be getting
There
paid.
is.
So honestly,
That's not true.
okay.
That's see
Well,
you
you
now.
telling
What you're
everybody
doing,
stop
Cuddy,
watching.
is you're trying to normalize obsession. Like, hey, that's okay because somebody's getting the bag.
That's
And
how
see,
people
that's
get
part of the
rich.
reason. Yeah, and that's part of the reason that nigga Diddy was able to function the way he did, and bitch ass niggas was around him not saying shit because of the bag. But again, that's American culture, so I get it. A motherfucker could do anything, get away with anything, as long as he got the bag. Y'all will justify it if a motherfucker got the bag, especially if you're benefiting from it. Obsession with a motherfucker you don't know is weird. Cult-like
I think
behavior
my
with a
obsession is healthy.
cult-like behavior. Yeah, be obsessed with drinking some goddamn water. Be obsessed with getting rid of that motherfucking gut and getting some money so you can affect the people near and dear to you to
Y'all
your
need to
heart.
mute
Be
him.
obsessed with the real shit. Yeah, I know you
Hold on,
do.
hold on, hold on, hold
I
on.
know
Wait, wait,
you
wait,
do.
wait, wait. Party. You gonna get people to drown if they just obsessed with drinking water. It just might be too much. Okay.
That's exactly.
Be
But I
obsessed with
think a
treating
lot
the
of it
people
too.
in your life good and being a good human being. You can't control no other motherfucker. You niggas need to grow the fuck up. And I'm saying
Wait,
this
but
as a
but
lifetime scumbag nigga.
but
Party,
wait,
party, party,
wait.
party, party,
You
party.
speak of word
You
salad,
talk to
thinking
the
everything
youth.
that you're saying doing the same thing. You're giving a bunch of word
Not just
salad,
Yo,
speak to
like
the
you're giving
youth.
a bunch
No,
of
it's
word.
not. No, it's not. It's me calling out you weirdos and getting it off my motherfucking chest because my dick get hard from Elena. And it's
Whoa,
you coming
whoa.
whoa,
and it,
whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Party.
whoa.
We are here for sexual
What
my
the
bad,
fuck?
we
respectfully, my
don't want to
bad.
know
I forgot, my
that.
bad. Well, respectfully, it's me getting it off my motherfucking chest.
Oh, I think the unmute hit late. But
Thank you.
Nigga, I'm crying.
We
hold
Hey,
on.
appreciate
I
Party, but hold
apologize,
on.
appreciate
Lena.
it.
I was just being too emotional. I apologize. That was out of pocket, especially in the
I'm
time we
glad
in.
to No.
But then it's you coming back and again, see, y'all can use every angle you want, but all at the very core you're doing is trying to justify weirdness.
And another thing,
You can take any angle you want. You can use any other angle you want to. At the end of the day, you niggas is emotional and up at 5, 6, and 7 in the morning, some even earlier, putting energy into what another nigga says.
He should not be y'all publicist.
No.
At
Party
all.
speaks for himself. But he spit some truth in it. There's some truth in there. But don't you think something? Party. I know you speak on secret societies, the underworld of things, the hidden message of things often. I feel like you have a knowledge on it. But I feel like some people use
I'm
this
in
as
the Illuminati.
confirmation
Let's get it
bias.
out the way. I'm in the Illuminati. I'm sacrificing some of you niggas after
Nigga,
today.
what the fuck are you talking
You in
about?
the gym. You in the
You
gym too
goddamn
much
right.
to
I
be in
took
the
an oath. I
Illuminati.
took the pledge, and I'm getting some of you niggas the fuck up out of here, respectfully.
You know, Grandpa Rick wants some smoke with you because you was talking about her.
Man, Grandpa Rick got to deal with her homegirl, Meg. Grandpa Rick, we're not doing it with, man.
Oh, all right.
That's the one
We
who
we
tried
we
to
worry
tell
about
her,
that
yeah, we're
tomorrow.
not going to do that. But I'm in the Illuminati, just so you know. I'm going to sacrifice a nigga before this week is over. The energy is right.
Nigga,
The
what?
portals are open. Yeah, and I'm going to do it
Hey,
for the
how much
bag.
longer
And
do
you
I have
niggas
to
is going to
listen to this
praise me after I
Illuminati
do it.
stuff?
I'm going
Hey,
to put the juice.
no more. You don't have to listen to it
Nigga, I'm
any longer.
fucking
Martin
crying,
Brown.
bro.
No, see, now, Joe, you gonna start the narrative that you were part of the Illuminati.
No,
Shit.
no. That was a
If I
lie,
was
and
part of
we're just gonna
Illuminati,
move
I'd
right
have been up a long time ago.
hold on, the thoughts, views, and opinions by these unprofessional niggas is real unprofessional.
Hey,
Them niggas would kick me out the
I'm
Illuminati.
screaming.
shout out to the nigga screen recording. I'm not part of that. God bless.
Martin and Chris had came up. Martin came up first, but did either of you guys have anything to add? And are you guys fans? Martin,
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
we can.
Uh,
These are community members.
yeah, I'm a
Yep.
fan. I'm a community member, but most importantly,
Those the
I'm a
people that
father.
was kicking my back in. Shit.
Joe, I think this shit has gotten way too complex. It went take turns. At the end of the day, all I'm gonna say, as men, we need to do better by protecting women, not just black women, all women. There's a lot of domestic violence. I don't know how many people have spoke to a woman who has been hit, but I spoke to many women who come forward and said they have had a man put their hands on them, and it's just fucked up. So as a men, we need to stand up against this. And I understand that whatever my man was saying, weirdo activities, niggas wants to hear Joe speak, but I think because you're so powerful and you're a man, and I don't care what your past history has anything to do with it, I think this probably would have been the perfect example of men standing up against, especially to a powerful man of Diddy. Fuck all the recourse, fuck all that shit. I think also we just have to be better. We have to speak out against this. We can't control men when we're not around them, but we have to let women know that we can be safe around us as men. And no matter what, y'all said something. Y'all were saying, "Oh my God, there was so much said," and I'm taking care of my daughter. But we just have to be better. Oh, that's what it was. Somebody said, "Well, it was only 4 minutes. 4 minutes is good enough to say, hey, fuck that nigga. We don't stand with that, and we can keep it moving." That's all you need. We don't need you to break down the footage like it's game film. We just wanted y'all to hear y'all say on records. If it was only 2 minutes, y'all could have said, "Hey, we don't stand for the shit. Fuck that nigga. We'll talk about this more on the Patreon next week or whatever." But I think the biggest thing that most people had a problem with was that it was in the description and then y'all took it out because this has happened in the past and people started wondering, hey, what's the reason? And once people start wondering, you know how people's minds goes. It goes different ways. They start thinking the worst possible thing. And so we just as men need to do better, including myself.
Martin, can I ask you a question real quick? Um,
Always.
do you think that there's a side of the fan base that actually wants him to address it in a different manner than just giving it 4 minutes, or who would have been upset if that would have just been it?
Of course. And that's the problem. I think we're so much focusing on the negative part of this community, but there's actually some great positive people in this community.
No,
And
no,
I
no.
think if
So what I'm saying is, I think in certain situations, depending on what side of the fan base you speak to, you can't please everybody. So there's going to be a side of people who are going to want the 4 minute response. Then there's going to be a side of people who are going to want the actually flushed out idea of what niggas feel. And if you don't do one or the other, someone's going to be upset. So I think right now, yes, there are a group of people who are upset at this moment, but I also think that there's a other side of the fan base, which is a large side as well, that would much rather niggas dissect this with the proper respect that it's supposed to be given, and not just go ahead and please niggas by saying, well, fuck that nigga.
What can I say this, Imani? It's not about pleasing people. I think it's about being able to look yourself in the mirror, because if you're on that pod, I just seen Ice tweet, "Hey, I don't stand with that shit." It's not about pleasing us. What is your morals? What do you believe in? I don't want you to please me. I just want you to tell your truth. If you just said, "Hey, fuck that nigga," that's all I got to say, I can respect that. It's not about pleasing. I don't want y'all to please us. We want to hear
Okay.
what y'all have to, as men. What do
And
y'all feel
and
about this
and
topic?
and
As short as
and
it is.
and and the man came on here and said he wanted to do it in a different manner, which is his truth. Then what
That's
else are we talking about?
and I was somebody who was kicking his back, and then when he said, "Hey, I didn't feel right," I left the shit alone. You can go look at. I was kicking his back in, but when he said that, I said, "Okay." I even
Gene, thanks.
there was somebody else who said, "Hey, let's just wait to the Patreon." And I kept telling people, "What if that doesn't happen?" And he answered the question. And I don't think there's nothing else to be spoken on. But I just hate the people who are saying, "Hey, it was only 4 minutes." Hey, 4 minutes can do a lot. Y'all don't know what words are powerful. And that's just really all I got to say. I ain't trying to get into an argument, because this is a serious topic, and I don't think we should make light of this shit. Especially, I'm a 40. I'm about to be 40 in January, so I got a daughter. This shit is hitting too close to home, because I would kill a nigga over that shit.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Baz is back. You can go right ahead.
Matter of fact, you should let Grandpa Rick go up first. She had a hand before me, respectfully.
You may never get to go again. You know, Grandpa Rick can talk.
All
Exactly. Like what?
right. Good
I'll say
morning,
Chris was
everybody.
in here too, but she I don't know if
Word.
her hand was up or down, but
Yeah, let
Yeah,
Chris
all right,
go
that's fine.
first.
I
Chris,
can do
go
that.
ahead.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. So I feel I agree with Joe and the pod of actually spending more time on this topic, because 4 minutes is not enough. This is not an Avant song. The seismic value of this pod bears an expectation from the audience that there's going to be an analytical and an emotional deep dive into what not just the co-hosts feel about the situation, but just across the board how people are feeling about this in different audiences. Diddy is a deplorable person. It's not unreasonable for the audience to feel like we're waiting to hear, a couple of hours of commentary about what this looks like, what this means. I mean, this is a person who's been in this culture for decades, who has, been a part of the DNA on different types of aspects of hip hop and the culture overall. So absolutely the audience is going to expect for there to be a nuanced conversation about the disgust of this man and how this is just one part of what goes down in the business. Now, yes, Joe has already spoken on, hey, we don't need Joe to talk about how disgusting the industry is. We all know that. We have enough common sense for that. But regardless, this is the number one platform. And so people, yes, are going to expect it. So if it was an only 20-minute, 4-minute take, I understand them saying, you know what, we should give the audience more. We're bigger than that. Absolutely. Because it would have been damned if you do, damned if you don't. If it was only a couple of minutes, everybody would have been like, that's some bullshit to just glaze over, because there are topics that things have been done for less that they've spent hours on. So we definitely want to hear, I want to hear a nuanced conversation about what this means, what this represents, what this looks like, because this is going to be ongoing. We just watched on video a person who's been around for decades do a disgusting thing to a woman, and he sat and lied and made a statement talking about everything in her lawsuit was untrue, and we found out he lied. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, thank you. Bears, then Grandpa, then Rich.
Peace, peace. I say this. If that's what it is and we're gonna hear this shit on Wednesday, then we just gonna have to hear this shit on Wednesday. Like everybody was basically saying from before, you don't need this one man to just say, hey, you know this shit is wrong, right? We all know this shit is wrong. But it just definitely opens up my eyes to a lot of shit. But I'll tell you this and then I'll mute up. That one video that I seen that he was filming and Cassie was underneath that blanket, I look at that shit so fucking different now. Now that we got this shit and we got everything in the evidence before our eyes. That's all I got to say about that.
Go ahead, Grandpa.
Okay, so I promise I'm not gonna keep getting up and getting down. This is the last time. But I keep hearing a bunch of dumbass illogical arguments being made, and I'm really I don't got time. But let me just put it to you like this: before we had this space, we didn't know what the reason was. We didn't know any of this, right? All we had was that we got somebody saying that we got descriptions showing that they had addressed it. We first played on the pod, and they're not addressing it. That's what we had. And if it's not addressed on this if you're editing out of this, then why would we assume that you're going to come back to it? We don't. So we're having that initial knee-jerk reaction pre this space to that. That's what all that reaction was for. With that being said, I think people need to understand, and maybe I didn't make this clear with the whole Podfather thing. Joe is the major voice in hip hop. Hip hop is a euphemism for black culture. You know, they try to say hip hop culture is really what's wrong with black people and da 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 da. And they promote violence and anger and aggression against women. And Diddy being an icon and a legend up until now, he ruined his legacy obviously, but up until now, he was one of the major forces in hip hop. So we got him on camera beating a woman. We need an instant, loud rebuke of that. Who else is going to do that if not Joe? That's who we want to hear it from.
Y'all got it from Act last time,
Nobody gives a
and
fuck
y'all was
about
saying Act is
Act.
so and so.
This is
Oh,
not a
really?
rap
Yes.
battle. These are not.
um,
Act could be that for a rap battle. We're talking about hip hop culture. Half the country don't even like
Ed
Act.
got
What
his
are we
own
talking
case
about?
right now. He got to worry about.
Go off, Rick.
I'm
Yeah,
just
go
saying
ahead.
it has to be
Nah, Rick
Joe.
going off.
Joe is the
Can
only person who can do it. That was the only point. So this whole notion of you have a real unrealistic expectation. Well, the crown is heavy. I'm sorry. It can't be nobody but Joe. And yes, Joe got to do it right away, and he got to do it loudly. And I don't want to hear no bullshit about you guys have unrealistic expectations. Why did you become the number one podcaster if you didn't want to live up to that? That's the real question.
Why did you become the number one
wait,
podcaster,
wait.
Joe?
I was with you. I was with Rick until she said you have to do it quickly. I agree with everything Rick is saying. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility that comes with the
a big
platform. So
responsibility.
you shouldn't knock a nigga for trying to live up to that responsibility.
But
What the hell?
I agree with you. We didn't know. We didn't know any of this before you did this space show. We did not know why you deleted it. We didn't know. We just saw that it was there and it was edited. That's all the information we had. That's why you got the backlash. Now that we know if they're still backlashing, then yeah, they're being emotional and they're just, they don't have nothing else to do, clearly. But before that, yeah, niggas was mad. Niggas was mad and we have a right to be
No,
mad.
it's
I
it's
know,
now we're
but
being
I'm not
manipulated.
mad at them, man.
It's
They was talking bad about me though. You could be mad. They was dragging my good spirit through the mud at 4 a.m. And then I
Let's find
woke
some
up
of these
to it.
comments.
now it's he did this
Nah,
space.
don't go find
Now
no
it's he did
comments of
this
niggas
space
dragging
to
me through the mud.
manipulate us and get ahead of all of that. I mean, Joe didn't have to do this space. He could have just stayed quiet and let everybody believe what they wanted to believe. But that's now the I guess the quote unquote narrative. He came in to do this space now to manipulate everybody because he did delete it.
Well, to me, that just goes to his point about some of them niggas not being his fans in the first place. They don't even watch the pod like that. They just want to kick him back in. So, at that point, you just gotta let them think what they're gonna think. But I'm just strictly addressing because I was one of the people who was hot. I'm like, what the fuck? But I
And
understand.
she been in the gym today. She done drunk her water today, so
Have
she passed the
Did
qualifications
you
to
clean the
speak.
house too? I think that
my
was
house
one of
is
it.
clean. My house is already clean. I keep my house clean. So, any weirdos who made those stupid ass arguments can go to hell. Anyways,
Yo, y'all just be throwing shots. All
thank
right,
you.
go ahead,
I'm
Rich.
leaving. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Rick.
Hey yo,
I'm gonna go find them tweets
Savon,
of you dragging me
can y'all
through.
hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can, Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
hear
can
you.
hear you, Rich.
All right,
We
I'm gonna
can hear you.
shoot. I'm gonna give Savon a poncho because he need. It could have been Apple. It could have been Apple responsible for why the caption was still there. Maybe it didn't apply the change that he made when he made the change. That's my first comment. But on that note, though, I think that there is some relation to this in media, the industry as a whole, going beyond even the necessity or the ask by the community that Joe speak on this. This is from 2016. Uh, Before I go deeper into that, I just want to get background why I want to speak on this. So in
Whoa,
20
whoa, whoa,
in
whoa, whoa. Can you
2012,
just give the
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
just
yeah.
give the comment first?
Yeah, I'm all right, fine. I'm keep going in the direction I was going. So, um, just having worked in the media myself, at NBC out in Vegas years ago, these things come and go in terms of the the embargoes that might happen, or the holdout on whether or not a publication will be found liable for sharing these sort of stories. And sort of to even what Imani said, there's no evidence. You can, if you know these things, you have to know with some evidence of these things. In some of these instances, you have to have one, two, three, four sources to verify your angle on a story. So to even expect somebody like Joe, who is very much responsible when it comes to the work that he does with the podcast, with all of his other programs and his platform. You got to take this. You got to be responsible about these sort of things, because it only came on CNN. And CNN, to all due respect to CNN, but Diddy can't sue CNN. And it comes down to going to my point I wanted to get to. So and he's a weirdo. Let me just say that. I want to say that first and foremost. And I think he's a weirdo because in 2012 I was auditioning for some shit for Machine Gun Kelly, and I got a call telling me that he picked me out of all the freaking people to be in the music video. And I thought that was just weird. Like, why is this guy that, as I assume, is at such a level, picking the cast members for a music video for Machine Gun Kelly at that? I thought that shit was weird. That's just
You
my
ain't had no
sidebar.
boy shorts on or nothing. What
Nah,
was it?
dog. My Tupac cover photo was all I had. The one that used to be my Avi. Background on me, I auditioned years ago to play Tupac in the All Eyes on Me movie. And
Did you get it? Did you get it?
Clearly not.
do it look like I got that? Clearly not,
I
bro.
never seen the
It
movie.
went
Nigga,
to
what this got to do with Diddy?
hold on. So I'm not gonna go into what that got to do with Diddy, but where I had notes.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Rich.
you serious? My fault, brother. I
This thing said,
apologize.
yeah, I had to get Rich out of here. Rich got
This
notes.
nigga
Rich got
got
audition tape. Rich was hand-picked by Diddy.
handpicked by
Exactly.
Diddy is crazy.
I did
Choosy.
want to know more about that. I did want to know more about that at a later time.
He'll share some
Mm-mm.
tomorrow. I'm sure after hours, 4 p.m. tomorrow. I'm sure he'll share some. Shameless plug. Choosy. Go ahead.
Hello. I just wanted to say that it's really early. I mean, it's not early anymore, but when this space started, it was really early. I hate that Joe put this space on. I had a long Friday night and I woke up at 9 o'clock ready to watch the pod. I want to see a show of hands of people who've actually watched the pod already or just talking about it because of the timestamps. Um, I just wish I could be watching the pod right now, but I hate that he had to come on here and like give you guys a space to like, I don't know, it's just unnatural, it's strange, like get over it, find something to do for the day. Like the people who are mad that he didn't talk about or he talked about it for 4 minutes of timestamps, I think Savon did that on purpose, not gonna lie. But
Savon trying to
either he did it on
sabotage.
purpose or he was outside not paying attention, but it's happened a few times. So but anyways, I think everybody should have a good Saturday. I'm doing a 5-year-old tour, so it's about to get loud. I just wanted to
Choosy is the
say
same one that thinks that you pay us. So
I
Choosy
have a
got
lot
all
of
the issues.
conspiracy theories. It's okay.
All right. Damn, we don't even have nobody up here. Levita. Go ahead, Levita.
Good morning,
Hey,
everybody.
Lavita.
Hi, everybody. I hope your
Yo.
Saturdays are going well.
Good morning.
Um, I actually had a question for Joe. First of all, a comment. Joe, the irony was not lost on me that you chose the DV rapper music to intro the pod. Um, I'm sure that was just irony, but that was a weird choice and ironic. But also, just a question for you, Joe. Is there some hesitancy on your part to speak on any DV situations because of anything that your name has been aligned with and just not wanting to root up any of that shit in your life?
Not in the case of yesterday. You know, I said earlier that sometimes when these cases come up, there's hesitancy because of what I've been through in terms of
Right,
stuff to vilify people
right.
without like unequivocal proof. That shit yesterday, like, what are we talking about? Like, there is nothing else to discuss. There is nothing to
And
talk
that's
about.
that's my confusion as well. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never read the descriptions for the podcast. I normally just watch. I'm one of those niggas that just clicks agrees and doesn't go through the terms and agreements. I just get into it. So I didn't expect you, I don't know, oddly, I didn't expect you to speak on it just because you don't have a history of really diving deep into no Diddy, but you don't have a history of really diving in deep regarding everything that has happened thus far. You've said one or two little comments. It's pretty clear on what side of righteousness you stand on, so to speak, with this. So when it comes to serious,
Clearly, it ain't.
oh, well, it was clear for me, and I don't want to
Clearly,
speak for
it's not.
well,
But go ahead.
no, yes. I don't want to speak for everybody, but for me, it's clear that, like, I don't think I wouldn't be listening to you if I thought that you stood on the wrong side of history towards this. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because that would say more about me than it would about
Then
you.
me. Yes, that's
Right.
why I started this space. That
Exactly.
right there is exactly why I started this space. For the people that, if y'all are listening to a nigga where y'all felt like that video could come out and somebody was going to try to protect or be silent or not say fuck that nigga with all his heart and soul, then who are y'all listening to?
Yeah,
Like that.
that to me in all of this, I've heard everyone spiel about what they think is weird. That to me for myself, not for you, but for myself, it would be weird if I were looking for something weird from you like that. I don't come to you for my political knowledge. I don't come to you for my community knowledge. I come to you for what you give to me, and that's it. If you give me more, and I'm not into it, I will log off or whatever the case is. And if you give me more and I'm with it, then I'm with it. But outside of that, I didn't read the terms and agreements for this episode. I just went in, and honestly, yeah, I didn't expect you to be narrating the play by play. But
I
Greatly
I I, I
said,
hate
friend.
I hate that such a great episode is overshadowed by what wasn't in the episode.
well, it wasn't for me because I ain't read it and I ain't expect it. So I thought it was a good job. Go y'all.
I did not read it either. I didn't even know that there was a Diddy portion until I saw everyone saying it was removed because I do not read the descriptions either. It's not like I jump to certain parts anyway because of the descriptions. So I
Oh,
don't
Niggas be
know.
reading
Like,
descriptions now.
yeah.
I've never read it. I've
Y'all
never
know
read the
niggas don't
description.
read.
for
I
what?
just feel like
Wait a
I feel
minute
like
now.
Now
some
the
people,
the Reddit niggas gonna read. The Reddit
Apparently,
some
niggas had that
descriptions.
thing up
apparently
at
niggas
two
start
thirty.
reading. Niggas got
I went to that shit. My heart dropped to the floor. I said, these
We be
niggas did
reading,
not
we
finish
just
the
don't be reading the
timestamp.
descriptions. That
Reddit to
means we're
send your
listening.
heart to
Why don't
the
you go
Well,
play
floor.
the
replays and
audio
plan on
the
listening to the whole
audio
time?
drops at 4 a.m. So once that audio drops, a lot of people are already seeing, well, not seeing, but hearing the pod between 4 and like 8 a.m. So by the time we watch it visually, it's a ton of people that have already digested it.
Yeah, and they want to be the first to comment. And I want to say this to you also, Joe. I find it interesting that you even felt the need to have this space to speak to the detractors. Like, don't get in that bag where, like, your focus is always on the detractors. Like, look towards the light, Carolyn. Don't don't start looking
All,
away.
always, Levita. But to respond to that, the the commentary I was seeing was from the Joe Budden community. I didn't see this nowhere else, which
Yeah,
is
but
why
you
that's
But
why I
but
started
you
this
just
space.
said on this episode that it is the community sometimes that kick you back in. You literally said it on this very episode. And
Yeah,
the
that
but
happens.
Judases,
and I
the
And
like,
and
but I like
Judases.
having the ability. to respond at least to the community in spaces like this. I do like
Understood.
that. I like
Understood.
that. Like
Well, listen,
normally, oh, go
I'm
ahead, Lavina.
sorry. I was gonna just say, listen, I hope you have a great day. Don't let this like be the thing that monopolizes your day. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna jump down, but love you guys.
Love you, Levita, and
Thank
I
you.
Bye,
second
friend.
I second her point. Like I woke up seeing y'all kicking my back, and I was like, God damn! Like the niggas that are not abusing women should be able to enjoy their Saturday and not take the attention off of the horrific shit that we just watched. Like that was nuts.
We not in that day and age no more.
At
Everybody
all.
has to stand and respect. Oh, well, that's the mood or the attitude I see. But I know you were working yesterday. Did you not see the rumblings of this happening? The community was setting up to be in your, pause, be in
No,
your ass
I went
yesterday.
home. I missed the first quarter of the Nick game. Oh no, it started late. I got there at 8:45 for tip off. I worked all day. I'm not on my phone. I'm not reading. I'm not speaking to people. I'm working. Like I think that's the part some of you all have confused. When a story breaks while niggas are working, we already working on something.
Oh yeah, they had started
Man.
yesterday. As soon as the news happened, like literally
And
15 minutes
Yeah,
niggas
after,
don't
yeah.
it was
Fifteen.
niggas
100 comments.
don't anticipate getting jumped, man.
Okay, so they was
Well,
loading up for this. All right, see, I don't even know that. But
hell yeah.
Amani gave me a little bit of that last night at the bar. He did tell me that. He said, "Yo, I've been reading, I've been listening. They waiting to hear from you." I'm like, all right." Oh
Alexis
man.
had made a good question in the comments. If you could have easily left the 7 minutes in and then came back in detail on the next pod. So why wasn't that an option to do also?
Because that's not the option I went with. I went with taking it out and addressing it properly on the next part.
And we know from the community, it wasn't just him speak on it. They wanted him to go in. Is he gonna really go into Diddy now? Is he
Play
really
by
gonna,
play.
they was really looking for it. Yeah, they was really like from the start, is he gonna
A
do this?
play by
Like they
play
ain't
on the
even wait.
domestic
I
violence
know
bill
what
is
they want. They
insane.
want Joe Brain. That's the same shit they be kicking my back over. They want to hear what Joe Brain got to say about this fuck shit.
I was more so did you watch the whole Knicks game?
Of course,
Like
I watched the whole Knicks game.
you
Every
okay?
second of it.
Are you okay?
Knicks in seven. What are we talking about? What,
I knew you were gonna
what are we
jinx
talking
him. I
about?
knew you couldn't help
Knicks in
yourself.
seven.
I knew
It
I
took a
put it.
Josh Hart stomach ache
I
for y'all to get
Oh,
something
now you
wrong.
want to talk
Please,
about the
y'all
Knicks?
soft.
if you
Right.
really want to
You
wake
think
it
it's
up,
as funny
TNT
as
should be
fuck?
mad. TNT should be mad for even having to like, bid for rights on the NBA when they just doing bullshit, blowouts every
Wake it up.
goddamn
Well,
game.
luckily
Like,
for
Wake it
me,
up.
Micah, we ain't got to do all this talking. You're gonna run a JBTV space tomorrow when the Knicks get a win. You're gonna be
I
Mmm.
you're
can't
gonna
react
be in
live.
the space with me when the Knicks win. So we ain't got to do this today. It's a beautiful Saturday, my brother.
I can't react live. I need a moment to
All I
process
know
it.
is
Golly.
Jalen was a half a point away from costing me $300. What?
Oh, did you win? Oh,
No,
you
he got
didn't.
fucking 30 and the thing was 30.5 and I put he would get more.
Yeah,
Damn.
Damn it,
Josh Hart
prospects.
fucked all my
And
Prospects
then he
plans.
holding
got
though.
30 and then that was the last thing that fucked up my whole play, my whole
Oh
ticket.
wait, Jalen fucked my shit. All my shit was
Damn,
fucked up,
damn, damn.
actually.
Y'all didn't come to play. I mean,
And what I
it
Man.
thought
will fuck
Josh
up
was
when you
gonna
only got
do,
one team
Miles ended
playing.
up doing what I thought Miles was gonna do, Josh ended up doing. Fucking
No,
idiots.
we didn't come to play. We don't. It's not a vibe in it. You know what I mean? It's not fun times. We'll take it back to New York when this thing.
Oh, tell T2, T2
Feeks,
and
I'm trying to talk
Bro,
shit about the Knicks to Mike,
Shout out to
brother.
the
yo,
Like, go
Andy
ahead.
I'm
Animals.
sorry.
can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Trail or
Good
Trill.
morning, good afternoon. It's Trell. I don't even know if I want to talk about it now. The spirits is kind of high off the basketball, but you know what I mean. So basically, I had two parts. As someone, all of us, we've been watching Joe for so long. I just don't understand how people can immediately go kick his back in when the subject is so heavy. Like there has never been a topic that he hasn't touched on. So why wouldn't we give him the grace of, all right, maybe he needs to step back, gather himself, gather some information, because we are speaking about somebody who is a legend in our culture. You know what I mean? So looking back at it and saying like 7 minutes isn't enough time to really sit there and be like, yo, this guy here really did some fuck shit and he's supposed to be one of our icons. That topic is way too heavy for Joe not to touch. So I don't even understand why people would sit there and be like, oh, you should have addressed this. Why was this taken out? Give that man some grace. There's no way in hell Joe doesn't go another pod without saying something about that. It's too great of a subject. And then two, what do y'all think comes after this? Because Diddy at some point was calling out a bunch of names on the list. Yeah, I don't know if the man's
Hold
just gonna
on. You
go out
said Diddy
silently.
had a list?
Yeah, it was like a name. It was a
Oh,
bunch of
this nigga
names that he was
Epstein
calling out
now?
because people wasn't picking up.
So what was that? Well, see, but this is what I'm talking about. The conspiracy theories part of this is, I think, even larger than what people are addressing with the domestic violence part.
Exactly.
Like I think that's the angle that people are really trying to dig in or nail down. Like Joe, I know you've been in, even on mine, you've been in the industry. You know what goes on. Speak to it for us. Confirm these things that we've been thinking is going on. I think that's what people want more than anything
And
else.
I
Exactly.
mean, to be fair, like I mean, if we just want to keep it a buck, there's a lot of shit that they can't say. That
Of
Okay.
they
course.
just
Of
can't
course.
say. I'm not
Amani,
gonna
do
sit
you
here
feel
and
like
be
that? And
ignorant to
Manny,
that
I'm
shit.
sorry. Manny, do you
Yeah, go
feel
ahead.
like that? Or have you ever felt like that? Like it was just so much that you couldn't say out of fear or things like that?
I mean, he
And
has spoke about that
Trail,
on the
get your
pod
notebook
before.
together, man. He
All
trying
right,
to
which
write
one of
Man,
these
I
notes.
niggas
think a
eating
lot of the
chips?
speculation came from him having it in the
Manny
caption
has spoke about
because
that
I'm a
before
podcast listener and I
on a pod.
woke up this morning and seen it in there, but didn't listen to it all the way because
Is
I had
this
things
nigga
to do.
Emmanuel?
No, no, KP Emmanuel. I guess he been
My
No,
fault, my
doing whatever
fault.
he
That came
doing.
Yeah.
off crazy.
Go
My
ahead,
fault.
KP.
it's all good. It's all
No, go
good.
ahead, KP. Go ahead.
But
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's where a lot of the speculation came from is seeing it removed. And I initially seen the timestamp and said they only spoke about it for a few minutes. So I
Is
thought
he talking? I can't hear him.
maybe it came out,
Yeah, they
maybe
Yeah.
it
talking.
came out
Okay.
towards the end and they didn't have that much time to really discuss it because people had things to go. People had things to do. But I do also feel that it could have been addressed and said, hey, we're going to address this in the next pod and then people would have been okay with that. But removing it, that's where the speculation came from. But I don't think Joe is afraid to discuss any topic. We all, if you really listen to him, you know he's not afraid to speak on any topic. But I also do feel like it's if his prerogative. But in certain situations, like yesterday on ESPN, right, with the golf tournament, and the golfer had the situation with the police when there was an accident, and then he got into it with the officer.
Did Joe talk about that on today's
No,
pod?
no, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I haven't listened to it
Oh
yet, but
shit!
my point is when stuff like that happens and it drops, First Take didn't lead with the playoffs from last night. They led with that story. So if Joe felt it in his position to say, you know what, this is a big enough topic to dead the rest of the topics that we have on the board for today, because we know people really want to hear us speak on this, then that would have been great. But if he chooses to dissect it at a later time because it was released at a time where they didn't have that much time to discuss it properly, I'm okay with that as well. So him just saying this and putting it out there and saying, "Hey, we didn't have the time to address it like we wanted to," that's perfectly fine with me. I agree with that. If you didn't have the time, give us the time that it properly deserves. But let us know that, because that's where the speculation comes from seeing the timestamp removed and then not hearing about it and why it was removed when we're looking forward to hearing from you about this topic, because we've all known that this has been speculation that's been talked about for months, but it's a lot of hearsay. He say, she say, Diddy's denying it. Now we have hardcore proof that what this guy has really been about, with all the other subliminal things that we can read between the lines and see and dissect and take our own thoughts from it. So that's where I really think we went wrong. People were dragging this guy for what? Because he chose to discuss it at a later time? No. I think the speculation came from removing it and
Oh,
people thinking that it was for something else, and that wasn't the case. So him addressing that cleared up all the
Mm.
confusion, and I hope everyone can have a great Saturday and go on with their day, because it's not that big. It's not impacting our lives, but at the same time, we look to Joe to hear from him on a lot of these topics because we know how embedded in the culture he is. So seeing it removed and not hearing why it was removed, That's where I feel like everything went haywire.
Thank you. I wonder, do people think that when it was removed, or they found out something was removed, do they think it was negative? Do they think it was like, I can't imagine they think he was praising him. Like, what?
They
Like,
No,
do.
it
They
sounds
do.
like
They
they
think that he
thought
was in
that there would
support.
be some type of complicit silence because we have worked together, or because the internet streets are saying that this is my friend.
Yes, it left open for
That's what it
speculation.
sounds like.
Yes, people were just running wild with it. Like, why would he? All because of this, because of that. No, that's not the case. But when you leave it for innuendo, could have just sent out a Twitter. You could have left it on there. I feel like you could have just left it on there and then said at the end, "Hey, we don't have the time to properly discuss this. We'll get back to this on Tuesday," and it would have been no problem with that. I feel like people would have been okay with that, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Shells, then Terrell, then
Niggas
Carlton.
want a lot.
Um,
Yeah.
Yo,
God
yo,
damn.
niggas want a lot of
Niggas was
yo,
like,
so
words.
yo,
like,
we need y'all to tell us when y'all not gonna do something. How about you niggas just wait and
And a
see?
pink lemonade, please.
Yeah, like, god
Yeah.
damn.
With French
Oh
fries
God, make sure them fried hard too, please.
and a cupcake on the side and a milkshake, please.
Go ahead, Shells. And I don't know what shit. Go ahead, Terrell.
Alrighty, yeah, Terrell.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yes,
I
sir.
think I don't think this shit got nothing to do with a lot of what people saying. Like if you're a fan of Joe for a long time, you've seen him respond to shit. You've seen him react. Just excuse me, I got my son here. Uh, we have seen this man respond to pretty much everything except up to this point, especially when we got to that Cassie case. Let me walk y'all back down the road. When Cassie,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, hold
We
on.
gotta,
We
we
gotta get
gotta.
walked back.
Okay.
what's the
See.
problem?
No, that's
Let me see where you're
kidnapping.
going
That's
with it first. Let
kidnapping.
me.
Hold up. When
Go,
Cassie came
all
out
right,
with the
go ahead.
lawsuit, do y'all remember that? We was waiting on the pod episode.
Yes, November. It was
Yes.
November. Yeah, go ahead.
Immediately, what happened? Diddy settled. They didn't talk about it on the pod. Niggas had smoke for Joe because it was like, y'all not gonna talk about it after the settlement? So the nigga got grace. The nigga got plenty grace for months. They had little side combos. We would hear little pieces of it, but we never had a real take from Joe on the Diddy shit. So I think what a lot of people saw with this happening yesterday, concrete video evidence, it's no way they don't talk about it on the pod. Now, for the people that are saying, oh, he should wait or he gonna wait until this day, XYZ. Joe, you're a fan. What did Kendrick say? Hey, Drake, they're not slow. We have seen this nigga talk about Jonathan Majors. When that shit happened, they kicked Mel back in for even saying, hey, the nigga might not be guilty. They kicked Mel back in. Then all of that shit happened. Then all the other shit that come up, we have no issue going into. We just watched this nigga for 3 weeks say, yo, this nigga Drake is somebody you don't want to be around. Why do you think niggas in the industry this? Why do you think niggas in the industry that? But when it comes to concrete video evidence of the shit, now you got niggas on here saying, well, I get why they probably wouldn't want to do it. And now this nigga Joe is saying, yeah, we only gave this shit 4 minutes. I don't get the logic of how not putting out the 4 minutes is a better idea than not putting it out at all, knowing that everybody was waiting for you to say some shit. This was a
It was actually 8 minutes. It was actually
this has
eight.
been a situation where soon as that video dropped, a lot of us thought Joe, not because he's the voice of reason or I'm not with all of that. Oh, well, he's the biggest platform. Like, we all know that. That's not what niggas want. Niggas want you to stand on the business you say you stand on because you stand on it for everybody else. But why not this guy? It don't even matter if it's a relationship or nothing. But niggas want you to be the guy you say you are for this man. That's why niggas are like, yo, say some shit. It's not about obsession. It's not about, oh, we need this nigga to
but
think
you're
for
not
us.
saying say some shit. You're saying say some shit when we want you to say it, and I don't work for none of y'all.
Because you say it for anybody else as soon as it happens. You don't need
No,
a week
no,
and a
no,
half.
no, no. I say it when I get good and ready to fucking say it. You niggas are not
You got
privy.
tricked.
You niggas are not privy to my thought process. What are you talking about?
But it was in the episode, and you decided again to take it out. That's why you being criticized, bro.
It's not about niggas. Niggas get it, but the grace part that niggas is looking for, a lot of people like, nah, Joe, we gave you grace before, bro. You should speak on this. It happened the same. Kendrick dropped what, 616, whatever. Same day the pod dropped. You niggas was happy. Y'all covered it, broke the lyrics down. We loved it. But this happened, and now we need to sit back.
Are
What
we
do we need to
comparing
sit
rap
back
to
for?
domestic violence,
And
bro?
just to
What
clarify that,
it should be.
Kendrick dropped multiple times before the podcast started.
Exactly. He was very. I remember. It was great. He was. It was seemed like he was dropping as soon as y'all shot. I don't see what needs to be thought about. Like the nigga just is on camera dragging Shorty down the hallway. Come out and say, "Yo, this nigga's foul" on the pod. Not do a spaces as damage control because Savon fucked up.
All right,
That's what
wait a
this is.
minute. We getting carried away here. We getting carried away. This is
Some.
not
Hey, look.
the way.
A
Let
lot of
me
niggas saying
land,
that for me.
please. Let me land,
Hold on,
please.
Terrell. Hold on,
This
Terrell.
is not damage control, nor do I feel damaged. This is a courtesy, nigga. This is not me responding to pressure because things are in jeopardy now. Like, truth of the matter, I could have said, fuck all you niggas, suck my dick that think whatever you thinking about me or was dragging me this morning. This was a nice gesture from me, not to be painted a different way from the likes of you, nigga. Go ahead.
The SMD would have been more Joe if you ask me. That sound like the Joe that keep it 100,
Well,
not
I'm
this.
trying to be a
And
better
I think
person
he
and be
sees.
sensitive to things that I should be sensitive to, which included that nasty ass video yesterday. So sorry that some of y'all wanted instant gratification, but no, that's not how it was gonna go. If y'all want to drag me for it, then drag me. I don't give a fuck. To the people that wanted to hear the logic behind it, they got it.
Okay, it's a,
Terrell,
go
is
ahead.
that a special brim on that hat?
You said what?
Is that a special brim on that hat? It looks like a
It's long
long
Don't
as
hey,
hat.
hell.
don't cut with them thick ass glasses, nigga. I know you can't see shit.
You
That's why
got
you keep going in and
extendo
out the.
fucking
Holy
fitted,
shit.
my nigga?
Let's cut.
I
Let's
had
cut.
to see the
I'm
brim.
a DMV nigga. We do this.
Um, yeah,
DMV niggas known for the
Richmond.
the extended fitted.
No, that's what I was asking. I was like, cause
Wave
it was
King, you
L.A.,
got a
so I was
Cedric the
wondering
So
if it's
y'all
because
entertainer.
of
trying
the
to jump
Wave
sun
him?
King.
in L.A.
Wave King, you got a Cedric the entertainer face. Stay out of it. Fuck
Nigga,
past
go
me.
tend to your fucking child, my nigga. What are you
And I was
talking
gonna,
about?
hey,
You a
look, y'all got
father on Spaces.
y'all can
What
stand
the
here
fuck are
and
you
diss
talking
me.
to me for, my
Y'all can
nigga?
stand here
But
and
no,
diss
no, no,
me. I know y'all
What
heard
does being a
Oh
parent have to
my
do with
my
anything?
mouth.
god.
no, Terrell. I wasn't joking. I was literally just making a light, but not really joking on you. Wasn't joking on you. Damn, who got rid of? He'll
How
never
y'all
see
gonna
the
talk
sun.
shit about him and then kick him?
I didn't kick him. I didn't kick. He might have went down and stuff. I don't know. I didn't kick him. Crazed or absurd. Go ahead, absurd or
Yeah,
Carlson.
let me go.
Carlson,
Let
I'm
me
just
go real
saying,
quick.
man.
So I mean, I'm listening to everybody kind of, trying to put Joe like in a tough spot. But here's the thing. He was just saying on his last episode, not the one from today, but a couple days ago, that he misses the days that he can just kind of just say whatever he wants. Like him and Flip were kind of like reminiscing about when you can say things without penalty. And I think that this is actually a really good example of that because the podcast and like the platform that he's built has to have some sort of like quality control at this scale. So you can't just get out there and just say anything. And I think that because of that, Joe doesn't owe us like his unfiltered thoughts. Like this isn't streaming. This is an actual like a wide broadcast that has to have some sort of like oversight. So like Imani like jumping in and being a backstop. I mean that's a hell of a friend because it could have been a situation where he jumped out the window and put something in jeopardy. I mean, it's not like we're talking about like Puff necessarily being the one that, enacts some sort of retribution for this, but it could be any other mechanism in the atmosphere that he has to be concerned about when you're flying this close to the sun. So I think ultimately we have to be considerate of Joe's like influence, the time when he got that information, like whether or not he can digest it quickly enough. This is not a rap battle. This is domestic violence. This is somebody's life being covered. You can't be flippant about it. It doesn't there's no justification to do it quickly. And depending on what the people on the panel's relationships and what their lives have been about, you don't know what this is going to conjure up in the people that are listening to this message. So I think a special standard of care has to be taken with domestic violence and videos and people who actually have to live their everyday life, and because this platform is big enough to actually reach those people. So I actually applaud Joe for making that quick adjustment. It's unfortunate that the edit wasn't made to the timestamp, but that's not really the problem. The problem here is everybody being so close to the product that they don't respect the level of care that has to come with building something like this and operating it independently. You can't just jump out the window. There are things that have to be considered before messaging of this type goes out broad, where other people can clip it up and weigh in on it, where they have a chance to think about what he's saying before he even has a chance to think about what he's saying. So I just
That's
wanted to just give that contribution.
yeah, that's a little bit what I was saying earlier too, because he it seems like he's so close, like how we can talk to him in the space. People feel super entitled to certain things. And even now, like as we're holding this space, it's being clipped. It's going viral as he's even holding it right now. So
Yeah, being
it's
quick is not part of the brand. Like this isn't streaming. Like we said, being quick is not part of the brand. This is something that we usually have to wait a couple days to even hear. It's been digested, it's been edited, it's been planned. So like this isn't like academics where we could just watch him just spontaneously come up with some stuff. There's a
yeah,
choreography to this, and not giving him the opportunity to do that actually brings down the level of quality that's being distributed.
A
Exactly, because
sensible
it's definitely
person.
more than just a pod. I think people have to
Thank you for
remember
that, by
that
the way.
this pod. I mean, it's not. It's more than just a pod. I'm sorry, because we sit for up to 4 hours watching this. Do you guys realize that? Like, it is like
Oh,
a
hello?
whole experience. Like, it's a real
Yeah,
You
thing.
no, we hear you.
you
We hear you,
can't
you
Joe.
know,
hear? You
We
can't
hear
Lena.
you,
hear
Joe.
Lena?
Oh,
Lena, you
Can
might
he
have to
hear
drop
Lena?
in and come back, Lena. You can he ain't been able to hear you the last couple times you spoke.
oh, dang.
Shells, you back? Damn, nigga.
Also known as
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. My bad, y'all. What's up?
And Joe, mute
Oh, my.
yourself. I can't mute you.
Homie that was just talking kind of took my point, but we need to shut the fuck up. I just feel like we way too entitled. I see that this point has already been brought up, so I'm not gonna go long on it. But I just think we just need to let this nigga cook. I just don't know why we so entitled to have his opinion on it. Like he's not gonna give it at a valuable time. We all know what time they record and all of that. We know he probably gave a quick response. Like if we know that already, then why is he being attacked for it? Like y'all don't get to talk to niggas from any other show. Y'all don't do this to nobody on any other show. Only Joe really goes through this. Why is that? Like it shouldn't be that serious.
Yeah, they don't ask this from Joe Rogan. They don't
Do
give a
y'all
fuck
read
what
Joe
Joe
Rogan
Rogan thinks
comments?
about a time like this.
Yeah, we read his comments, but have you ever heard Joe Rogan address any of that shit? Do you hear Joe Rogan talk to the fans like nobody else does this
I
kind
have
of
seen it
shit?
when in
Word,
between
because
his
I want to know
interviews, he'll
if
do
Joe
talk to
Rogan
them
saw
about
the new
stuff that's
Planet
going
of
on
the
in the
Apes, but
universe.
I ain't asking him.
Wait, yo, Joe,
Oh, he taking
That was
over
a crazy
again.
joke.
that was
You know Joe Rogan can't think about y'all niggas. Um, damn, who is next? Rush.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, good day, all. It's been a long morning listening to differing opinions on this, and um, one thing I do agree with Joe is even him setting up the spaces is a huge courtesy to everyone,
I would have
whether
never
it's
did that. Fuck y'all.
whether it's whether it's his fans, whether it's um, his detractors, a space to just kind of get this shit off, and then let him hear his explanation and then them give theirs. But I kind of do. I hear his explanation. I hear your explanation, Joe. But I also think deep down you understand the people that kind of question the reason why they didn't get anything from the pod. Simply because, let's say, for instance, I watch MSNBC or Fox News, and I listen to them for their news, and they report on anything and everything under the sun, and I go to them for their for my information, and I notice that there's this one topic that said source, whether again it's MSNBC, and I bring those
You
two.
can't ask Tucker
Uh,
Carlson about that though.
t- can I land?
Yeah, you're gonna have to let Rush go because Rush take a long time.
I mentioned it's a courtesy. No one does this. The fact that Joe, open this space, says a lot about him. I commend him for that. But again, someone mentioned Joe Rogan. We don't care about Joe Rogan. It just speaks to the power of Joe and the power of his opinion and what we think about what he thinks about these things. And listen, with all due respect, like I was giving my analogy, if I notice that an outlet that I go to for information, for whatever reason, has refused or has not, whether intentionally or unintentionally, touched on a certain subject, I think it's totally fair for me to question that outlet to say, hey, why is it that this certain topic I haven't gotten anything on it? They may have a valid reasoning as to why. They may not. But again, from my standpoint, I think it's totally fair for me to say, hey, why is it that I have not heard enough of this certain topic? And much respect to the pod for saying, you know what, maybe we put 8 minutes out there, and either the 8 minutes does great justice, or maybe the 8 minutes doesn't do great justice to what this entails. But we have our right to question that, and we'll be waiting, and no matter what he says, no matter what it is, we're going to continue to be fans. We're going to continue to listen. We're going to continue to support, and it is what it is.
Thank you, Rush.
Wait,
You did
Rush,
that
but
so
okay,
fast.
wait. When you have an issue with these other places, do they ever respond back to you, or do they ever get back to you? Do they ever say anything to you? Like,
That's why I
do you
said
get to email them?
Joe is different. That's why I said Joe is different, and he's given us this courtesy that others don't give us.
But y'all
And
don't deserve it.
again,
Y'all are fans of the show. Y'all watch this show. We should know some of this shit. I would have never did this space for y'all. Joe is a great man for that. Y'all bugging.
we
Did y'all
acknowledge
see
that.
Gail King?
We're
Y'all see Gail
acknowledging
King
that,
in
and
that photo
we're
shoot?
bigging him up for that. We're saying that, hey, he's a different beast and he's a different animal. And again, a lot of things that Joe has tolerated in this space, a lot of people can't even begin to do that, and we give that to him. We big him up for that.
No, and then we go
So
right in the
we're
community and kill the nigga and assume when if we just used our brains a little bit, we would understand. If we watch this man so much, we all know so much, we follow this dude and we know all of this, then come on, then we should all know the dude had a good reason. We know that the information came out live while they was recording. Like, we gotta be more realistic than that if we really fans and we know this nigga and we fans of him and we fuck with him. We gotta be a little bit more like, we gotta put a little more thought into some of this shit.
understood.
Also,
I'm
heaviest the
not on the
head that wears
side
the
of
crown.
killing him. I'm not on the side of the people who are killing him. I'm on the side of reasonable, asking reasonable questions as to, okay, someone mentioned earlier and said, oh, there was a situation in the past where Diddy was giving grace on the show, and I heard that, and that's fair. If you want to give grace, that's fair, but it's fair for us to also ask and say, hey, when can we get a full-fledged, full-throated pause?
Whoa. You are not about to get that off here, sir.
No Diddy.
A full throat from Joe? You're sick. But do we want somebody to do it as fast, or we want somebody to do it properly? We even, I mean, I hate to like compare this to the rap beef shit, but when the rap beef came out, sometimes the recaps weren't as good as the one that he actually had a chance to actually go through all of them. Like the one he went through like four different ones in one day. It was better like that than with just trying to rush through them. You know what I'm saying? You want to give it a complete thought.
Yeah, 8 minutes could have definitely been seen as disrespectful. Only spending.
Hold on,
Can
is
he
he
just go
muted?
out?
What happened?
Yeah, he just went out.
Hello?
Um, uh, I don't think Young or Oda spoke yet or C Craze, but I forgot the order.
Yeah, none of them. And then Young, go ahead. Oda, Craze,
Hey
Janelle.
guys, I've been listening. I haven't listened to the pod this morning. It's been a little busy in my house, but I think a lot of this stems from us having indirect expectations from Joe. Um, and I think a lot of that stems from something the OG Wendy Williams used to say. For a lot of us, Joe is a friend in our head, and we feel like we know him. We know him to a certain degree, but not the way I guess some people feel they may know him. So when things happen in real time, yeah, we would like for him to report on them, but I'd rather for him to be slow and right than fast and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like he always says, and like we know, his reach is very long, and like I said, I would just expect I would prefer the pod to take their time and talk to us that way versus, being there and being in their emotions and giving it to us and it comes out wrong, or it gets clipped up, however it gets clipped up, because we know it's gonna happen. When that video dropped, I was at work and I was like, damn, this is real disgusting. And Joe has a sister, he has a mom, he has aunts, he's in a relationship. Imani has kids, Ish has daughters, Ice has daughters, males and female. I expected their opinion to only go one way, and that was to kick Puff's back in. But I didn't need to hear that from them, because in my head I just knew that's the way that it was gonna go. Whether we got this upfront on YouTube via Apple, or it came out behind the paywall, that was fine. But if we didn't get it, I felt like I already knew what was going to be said. So I commend them for, taking it down and doing what he felt was necessary to give it to us the correct way. And I'm not necessarily mad at him for that. And to get back to the other point about him getting on here and talking to us, that's a big deal, because like everybody was saying, other podcasters and people don't necessarily come into a space like this and want to sit here and talk to us and actually hear what we have to say. So I commend him and the rest of his pod for doing that, because other motherfuckers really don't care about their fans the way, they care. So that's all I really wanted to say. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Thank you.
Who was that? Oda, if you want to go.
Uh,
I
so I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I'm just a straight shooter when it comes to shit like this. Y'all need to test some fucking grass. Like, no one owes y'all fucking shit, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I see this in anime communities. I see this in gaming communities, comic communities. Every time some wild shit happens with abuse or violence or whatever the fuck it may be, y'all have this idea that your parasocial relationship to a person actually fucking matters. And it really doesn't. I don't even know why people, this whole 8 minutes would be offensive to people or all this shit. Like, are y'all fucking serious? Are we being fucking for real here? Like, are like, go test some grass. How being losers, man. Like, it's just so interesting to see this shit happen recursively in every fucking community I've ever seen, whether it's podcasting. I see it in my homies' podcast. Like, y'all really feel that someone owes you an explanation or their word or how they feel about a certain fucking topic. And it's just like, are we being for real right now? Are we really getting on this stage and saying we would just like you to hear your thoughts? So, nigga, you've seen everybody's thoughts. 9 times out of 10, a nigga's thoughts are the same fucking thing. And if it isn't, who gives a fucking fuck? Like, honestly, like, really, touch some grass, make some friends. It's fucking Saturday. I'll go outside if I could, if I wasn't fucking sick from and I got sick in the most amazing ways. I'm not going to talk about it, but like, you just shut the fuck up.
Hold on. Was it because of a woman?
Exactly. Or man.
How did
Right.
you get
What's the
sick?
most
I ain't
amazing
going.
one?
Look. It's the former, not the latter. Anyone who gets sick by the ladder, that's their prerogative. And I'm not going to judge niggas, but I got sick in those glorious ways, and I ain't even mad about it. But it is what it
You was
is.
getting head and she had COVID or
Yeah.
something, and
Y'all
like
funny as
you
hell.
ain't.
Like, you're still not going into
I would.
detail, Order.
No,
Like,
see,
what?
Nah,
this
we
is
not
what I'm
gonna
talking
throw
about. I
COVID
see, I
dick
owe
on them.
nobody an explanation. I ain't going into detail because my niggas know. Some of my niggas in the audience right now and they watching. I got sick in an amazing way.
Sexually transmitted sickness?
You
What's
know what I
going
mean?
on?
Look, I'm taking my Theraflu, and I'm getting better. We on day 2 of this, and we gonna knock this out with a workout later on this afternoon.
The pussy had a cold? You were eating? Okay.
You
Craze.
funny.
And
You
then,
funny.
yeah.
Yo, Joe, I just wanted to offer you a solution. Put the 8 minutes out as an exclusive clip, man, so I can finish the rest of the pod. Nigga got shit to do, cuz. Shit crazy, man.
Yo, is this Evil Joe? You sort of sound like Joe.
I don't hear this nigga at all.
Oh, you didn't hear him?
Put the 8 minutes out as an exclusive clip so I could go finish watching the rest of the pod, cause niggas got shit to do, cuz. This shit crazy, man. And this shit.
Dick was crazy.
You couldn't hear him? Could you hear him?
I don't hear nothing he's saying.
Oh
He gonna
shit!
have
All
to go
right.
down
Not
and
at
come
all.
back.
So yeah.
Not
Dick
L,
was
at all, I
crazy.
don't. And
Good
again, this ain't
morning,
gonna be a
friends.
all day
Good
room type
morning.
of thing. Good
Good
morning, Al.
morning.
I
Okay,
think I think I think
I'm
we've
not
gotten to the
exactly
bottom of
Janelle,
sure.
can you hear
this
Joe?
for the most part.
yeah.
No.
No,
Let's
she
end this
can't.
at 12:45.
Joe, did you say something?
Yeah, he was talking, but
I was, but it's okay. Go ahead.
she can't hear you,
Oh,
Joe.
I can't hear you. Hold on, I'm gonna
Go
go
tell
down
her.
and
Go
come
ahead.
back up.
Go down and come back, Joe. Janelle.
And well, while she doing that, or while Lena trying to get her straight, like Terrell did mention a good point. Who was it? Jonathan Major shit. When it happened with him, we didn't have a video initially. We just had word, and one person tried to give him grace, and it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you give him grace, you're gonna look a certain way. If you don't give him grace, you're gonna look a certain way. Even just a month ago when Diddy had his house ran in, we were expecting results or arrested within like 2-3 weeks. When it didn't happen, we all, not we all, but a lot of people backed off it and was like, yo, maybe he didn't do nothing. You know how the feds is. If it would have been something, it would have been something. So we can't blame people for, just relaxing and dropping on their own time. El Janelle and Crazed is back up. Crazed, Evil Joe. Go ahead. Say that point again.
Nah, I was trying to offer a solution since everybody complaining. Just put the 8 minutes out as an exclusive clip, cause I still ain't finished the rest of the project, cause he started to speak. So I'm like, yo, cuz, just put the shit out of the 8 minute clip. Let these niggas get what they want. So the real niggas that watch the shit every day could go do what they gotta do, cause I got shit to do, cuz. Come on, this shit crazy in this shit, man.
Yo, I'm screaming.
Yo, but somebody did leak. Somebody did leak the last time. The last time it was a Diddy, Joe conversation, and they took it out.
No, last time a nigga uploaded the wrong shit, made all the edits, and then put out the one that wasn't edited.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Damn.
I gotta have a talk with the
He need a
team.
pow
But that
pow.
that one that one was a little crazy.
Him need pow pow.
But again, right? Listen, I think these types of mistakes kind of only happen with the Friday pod because we pod all day till 8 o'clock. Everybody goes their separate ways. Niggas get outside, moving around, and then at 1 in the morning or 12:30, I'll have a bright idea about the pod because I'm just obsessed over the pod. So I'm just trying not to hold it against nobody for no mistake made.
Mm.
Yo, Joe, real talk. I've seen every episode since the very first episode. Like I've never missed the episode. Not one time have I ever read a description. Not one time. I wouldn't even
What
know
day the
that
first
this shit.
episode dropped?
I don't remember the date, man. I'm old, man. I smoke, man. Nigga be high. But listen, I
You
don't.
don't say.
Yeah, man. Like I ain't never read a description in my life. I didn't even know what this shit was until I jumped on Twitter and seen what was going on. So I stopped watching the episode. I still got the shit on pause on the side screen because I've been in this shit all morning. Put out the 8 minutes. Let these niggas get what they want so they could be happy. So we could go back and watch the show. Niggas got shit to do. Don't you got Lex or some shit? Shit, I got my kid too. Niggas got shit to
Is
do.
Joe's
God, come
space
on, man.
is Joe's space interrupting your
Bro,
day?
yeah. Yo, that nigga said, "Yo, drop this shit because I got
He
to
Nah,
get on with
he's
my day."
absolutely right. I'm here with my son. It's supposed to be like a R&B type vibey Saturday. Like I think all this shit is fucking bringing the gloom.
Yeah,
oh
it's
I
raining
no.
thought you would be
outside. Niggas
mourning the
catching
Knicks.
random tornadoes. There's some shit going on in California. Niggas got shit to do. Go enjoy your day, cuz.
I thought that was
The
Nah, it was
Texas.
one in California
it
this
was in
morning.
Texas. What no damn.
Y'all
Oh,
It
niggas
was
need
oh
to.
no, he's
We been
saying it
in
was
this shit
another
all
one.
morning.
it
Niggas
wasn't no
missing the
tornado.
news.
Oh, I missed a tornado in
Yeah,
California.
the
Oh, okay.
tornado in California. Shit going crazy outside. Nigga Joe, put that 8 minutes out. The
Nigga
niggas
got
to
shit
go
to
do what they
do.
need to do, man.
Niggas
Come
got
on,
shit to do.
guys.
Yeah, hurry up, Joe.
They
We got
niggas got
shit to
shit to
do,
do.
man.
Okay, guys, can I be El Janelle?
Yes,
Oh, here, wake
please
it
do.
up. Here we go.
Can I get a recap? Because I just woke up. I've been having a great week.
Oh my
My son is
God.
graduating. We did the black graduation yesterday. We did his scholarship assembly the day before that. I've been on set all week. So I've been busy. I've been popping. Can I get a quick recap so I can identify who is stupid and who is not?
I'm fucking screaming, Janelle.
Y'all know
Just
Long.
I'm really
quickly.
good
Oh,
at
go
it.
ahead,
I don't.
Peach.
I'm
I'm
not
really
gonna
good at it.
point out who's stupid or not. People
No, no,
can
no.
believe.
Let me point out
Yeah,
who's
you can
stupid.
assess
Just give me
that.
the
But long
facts.
story short,
Okay.
there was a 8 minutes put out. Well, it wasn't put out. It was removed from the pod today that they talked about Diddy. But everybody caught in the description of the pod that there was 8 minutes of Diddy talk that wasn't there. I'm not sure if the description has been updated. At this point, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so now everyone is in an uproar because they wanted to see the 8 minutes and felt as though him removing it was him skating around wanting to talk about Diddy again.
How did the
And
uproar?
Imani came also for a little bit, and they stated that they removed it because they wanted to talk more in depth on it instead of giving it the 8 minutes that they gave it when they gave other topics more time that were very much less frivolous.
I'm interested to know if Imani had clearance to say that, and also how did
Well,
the
Joe
up?
told us that part.
Okay, cool. How did the uproar result in this spaces?
It's who feels
Well, people
entitled to
were,
Joe speaking on it, and those who feel like we should go touch grass, and whenever he drops it, we should just be okay with it.
and there was a lot of people in the community with saying mean things about him regarding this. So he wanted to
They
give
wanted to
them a
hear me
space to
say
speak.
fuck Puff, so I started the room so I could say fuck Puff, the short version, and then do it correctly on Tuesday.
Oh, I have a feeling they still won't be satisfied, even though you've now said fuck Puff, even though it was obvious you was gonna say fuck Puff. What do you guys think?
You don't
You
say.
don't say. Well, I'm
They just
sorry to
wanted
hear
it to
that.
come today because I just think it's just one of those expectations that may be unrealistic that if something drops on pod day, it's going to automatically be included in the pod. But it's a lot easier to do that with, shit like the rap beef because it's just music versus this situation.
But we didn't do it with the rap beef.
Yeah,
Didn't
it
Kendrick
took a
We
drop it?
didn't do.
minute.
Didn't
I was
Kendrick?
waiting for a minute.
Them songs came out before anybody got to work.
Didn't Kendrick? Okay, so he dropped it before you guys got to the studio.
No, it was one
Yeah, I
day
felt like
where
he did
he
it on
did it
purpose for
on
me.
the pod day, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
No, it was twice he did it on
But he's
Pod Day,
Joe
but
saying he did it
before.
before they even got there, so they had time to like listen and assess.
Yeah, he's saying this happened live while they were actually recording. Like they didn't even see it till they went on break, type shit. More so than the Kendrick janks that came out before they got there, which allowed a little
Yeah,
time to
yeah,
review.
this shit ain't as simple as everybody individually look at something on their phone and then come back and say something in the mic. No, let's sit down as a group and do what we need to do.
But you know why they think it's
Yeah,
like
and that
that,
ain't fair for niggas to even expect that because, like, when that video dropped, I probably heard about that shit all day on Twitter, different spaces. You hear different people's opinion, and so we gather information. So if I would have responded to it immediately when I saw it, I wouldn't have known that it was 8 years ago. I wouldn't have known it was in Los Angeles. I wouldn't have known the statute of limitations. I wouldn't have took the time to like, cause niggas made up a whole bunch of excuses and bullshit. So I've already gone through and neutralized a lot of them fucking excuses. But if I would have just responded to it as soon as I seen it, I wouldn't have known all those answers. So you definitely got to do a little bit of research, kind of talk to a couple of different people to see who full of shit, who not. identify what the common lies are. Like it's a little bit of research done. You can't just talk. I mean, you could talk out your ass, but then you gonna sound stupid, which brings down the value of your opinion, which brings down the value of the show.
Yeah, I liked how the guy put it earlier. No need for people to say what they think about what I say before I had a chance to think about it. That was a great way to word that.
Mm.
Congratulations on your son graduating
Thank
too,
you.
L.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
You put a black boy through school and he
Yes,
made
I'm
it.
gonna be free. Free me.
I don't know
I'm
about
free.
that. You
You
ain't free
crazy
yet.
as hell. I ain't raising.
You stop trying to get free from black men too.
Yeah,
And
you
put
Yeah.
me put me
look. You
with the
fucked me up.
bear.
You gagged me. You gagged me. You gagged me. But damn, they should have took it out the description though.
I
Oh
think they
It
shit.
was
did.
It
1:30
was
in the
What I
1:30 in the
morning.
said,
morning.
Janelle, if Savon would have got it out the description, then the narrative would have been he skated around Diddy again. He's scared. He don't want to talk
Yep.
about Diddy. Either way, if nothing was said this episode, he would have been fucked either way.
But that is part of the allure of the show. People care about his opinion. They project their own insecurities out about his opinion. And then he comes back when he wants to. And then, he kind of either proves them to be wrong or proves them to be right. Like, I don't know, Joe. Did you kind of internalize this version of attack? Because people attack you all day, all week about anything. What about this was so different that you made a spaces?
It was a snowball effect happening. I saw something at 4 a.m. before I went to bed, and I woke up at 8 a.m. and saw the same thing. And then at 9 a.m., it looked like it was just continuing to grow. So let's just address it early.
Oh yeah, knock that thing down.
And academics didn't say shit. Are y'all sure academics didn't go live? Nothing. He didn't say nothing about this.
I
Nah,
didn't
he
see
did a
no
whole
clips of
live
him going
broadcast.
viral talking about it, so he probably didn't speak on it.
Nah, he was live. He did a whole live. He did a whole live on
Okay,
it.
he did.
But
Okay.
I think that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They
Can
so
he
used
talk
to
about
them
that right now
streamers.
with what he's got going on?
I don't care. Um, they so used to them streamers, and they so used to them streamers tapping in with stuff as it's happening. They kind of look for that same energy from Joe, but they don't realize that Joe ain't for the Joe ain't for them. Like he don't even speak to that crowd. So I think when they mix in with this same audience, the message gets consumed and they kind of consume the everyday listener. And Joe, you kind of hearing that, but that's not your everyday consumer. That's an echo from them streamers that want that information to come that fast. They don't know how to receive it any other way.
Well, you might be right. We're gonna end this room soon, so somebody could start a happy room. I don't want this to be the Saturday afternoon topic for the rest of the day. Somebody got to start a vibe somewhere. So
All
who's
right,
gonna be
who's
that
gonna do
person?
it? Micah, I stared at your thing.
Nah, look, I'm trying to skip graduation
I say I
parties
can't
today.
start. I can't start a space. I'm about to be in and out.
Wait, was
Everybody
that a
tried to do a
graduation
graduation
shit?
thing.
What the fuck?
No, I'm just saying, like everybody doing
Everybody's
graduation
graduating
parties
today.
today, and I'm trying to like skip all their parties, all their events, all their cookouts,
What
and
they got to do with you
Mike is
fall
making?
just
in
trying to
sleep.
get the food.
What they got to do with you making the space?
He gonna be moving around.
Cause I'm trying to get to Guitar Center, y'all.
Ooh,
But
I
nah, I'll
love
make a
Guitar
space.
Center. Maybe I should do it.
Yeah, go ahead, L. L, start a space.
Nobody.
And shout out to all the anonymous listeners listening.
I think that meant
How
fuck
many? Oh,
y'all.
2:30.
Nah, them niggas is deep down here.
Pause. Okay.
Damn, 2:30.
Look, you just woke up, El Janelle. You done missed
Right,
about
you gotta
four
I
get your
know
hours of
life
I
shit.
missed
together.
all of the shit. I can't even identify who's stupid. That's my favorite pastime. Hell am
But let's
I?
set a mood. What's
I
the
know
mood for
somebody
the
was
evening,
dumb as
man?
hell too. Damn it.
Oh, some you missed it earlier. Some girl said why Cassie didn't take the stairs.
Blew my mind.
Why Cassie
Oh,
didn't
we need to
what?
bring her back.
Oh
Take
my
the
Okay, no.
lord.
stairs.
Yeah, you
All
know
right, so
what?
we go.
L, you got to get caught up at another
Okay,
time.
yeah, we're
We
gonna
are
go ahead and
ending
wrap this
this
up
space.
right now. And
Lex, two
yeah,
seconds.
How about
pause.
everybody
If
just go
Micah
touch some
or L
grass?
doesn't start a space, I will start one later. maybe in 2 hours or so. But I'm looking to Micah, looking to you, buddy, looking for one of the great community members to hold it down.
All right, let's go,
All right,
Micah.
we'll start.